Howdy folks, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Hearts of Iron number 4. Let's carry on from where we left off with the last game as South Africa. Belgians out of the Congo. Right, so the Belgians are no longer in the Congo. Let's just go to that area. As you can see, they're all gone, so that's now our territory. But we have had some issues here with Libreville, which got taken over by, in this instance, a mixture of different countries. And if we look over here, we basically are in a fight with the Dutch at the moment. Is that the Dutch? Yep. Looks like that's the Netherlands fighting against us here. We're also basically having to contain basically the Americans. The Americans had taken over some of our terrain up here. So I'm basically going to have to retake some of those lands to basically bring us back to our original state here. Now I do have some of my armies, I believe these ones here, yep, they're basically moving towards that border there, because the Americans are pushing in, which is not really what I was hoping for. So let's get the clock running. Let's actually have a look at the situation in Europe. Looks like the actual Germans have started pushing back, properly pushing back the Russians, because the Russians were relatively close to Berlin originally. So yeah, they're finally doing their thing. Hungary seems to be doing quite nicely as well. Very nicely, I should say, maybe. And is there Iranians there? I'm not sure. That looks like Iranians, I would say. No, that's Hungarians. Okay. Iranian flag looks a little bit similar. Yeah, just the symbols on there, the colors are just the opposite way around. Anyways, what are we doing? We are still building naval units, I believe. There we go. Yeah, that's just coming as in reinforcement type. Production is doing okay, but as you can see, we're basically down in terms of the numbers that we need. So we need a lot of these, particularly for reinforcements initially. If I look at my logistics, I'm down by about 1,000 for the light tanks. I'm down by 10,000 in terms of infantry equipment. Convoys luckily are doing okay. And maybe I can actually shift some of that production from convoys into submarines. So let's reduce the number of convoys and put them purely into submarines. Okay. Perfect. We took out some more convoys, some British convoys. All thanks to the fact that the Suez Canal is in the Axis hands. Right, let's kick up the game speed. See how long everything will take here for us to try to attain parity to some extent. Push the borders a little bit. Good. We're retaking some of that territory here, which is luckily, well, it's our own territory now. I'm not sure what's happening up here. If we take this, yeah, that becomes Vichy France once again. But this province here most definitely is. I would have thought it would be ours, but yeah, no. For some reason it becomes Vichy France as well. That's a bit of a pity. Okay. Trying to force that quite nicely from the various different locations. Improving my odds there. Okay, that I suspect we should be able to win, but we got some civilian factories free. So what can we do? What can we do? So let's have a look at actual production. Can I put some more factories into place? Yes, I can. There's a military factory I'm going to put into place. Yeah, that should do for the moment. That should most definitely do. More bits on the water that actually are occurring here. Taking out more convoys, always welcome. Like I said, our units are moving towards the border there to reinforce the border there to contain the Americans. Now, as you will see, we actually have some movement here already. Now, one of the things that seems to be occurring here at the moment in terms of weather, it looks almost like a sandstorm. It says clear though, which is a bit weird. Okay. Looks like Vichy France is not able to deliver on all the orders I got outstanding. So let's shift some of that over to Spain in this instance. Let's reduce that by one. Am I importing anything else in large quantities that I don't need anymore? It doesn't look like it. It's good. Cool. A king for our people. Cool. So we are a kingdom now, I would say. Is that right? It still says nationalist South Africa, even though we are a kingdom now. But we've basically got Edward VIII on the throne, which basically leads to a national unity increase. Okay. What's the next path we can go down? Is there anything else up here? Yep. Desert Air Force. Strength to the Cape Garrison. That's probably the one I'm going to go for now. Alright, I'm reinforcing that one. That is Field Marshal Walter Kruger. Sounds a bit German. Then again, lots of Americans actually have got German ancestors. That's not such a weird thing then, in that context. Right. Oh, hold on. Japan has called reorganized national China as an ally to the German-Soviet War. Okay. German Reich called Japan as an ally in the German-Soviet War. Okay. We finished extraction here. So we basically are in 1943. And of course I can basically increase my construction speed here. Why is this one? It's a bit of a mixed bag all of a sudden. So that entire province is partly mine and partly Vichy France, which is, yeah, odd. Okay, more allies in that war. That was Belgian units I took out. How's our production going? Production is here. As you can see, we're basically, yeah, a little bit short in terms of equipment and such. Let's just pick up that unit here. Latest unit that we just built, we'll assign to that front as well. Perfect. Again, we are short in resources. We've got insufficient rubber in this instance. Where am I getting my rubber from? Let's get it from the Empire of Siam. Okay. troops around. Let's pick up a single unit here to basically move them to there. As you can see, we're basically nicely pushing them back. Too much of resistance occurring there, which is great. Like pretty much all of my units are under strength. When I say under strength, I really mean that basically they haven't got enough equipment, enough manpower, and that kind of thing. Luckily, my total manpower available is relatively high, well, relatively compared to what I had earlier. But yeah, okay, about 500,000 left that we basically could use if we want to. They're attacking me, which is good. The British Raj has capitulated. Have they capitulated to whom? Look at that, what the Germans have done here. German Reich. Oh, but that's thanks to Italy, isn't it? Italy has done a good thing there. Well, at least for the Germans. One. 60 days. Bit of nuclear stuff. Actually, there is some German units there, but not really many. But German Reich, wow. India is now German. Look at that. They've actually pushed them back even further here. But in this instance, they cancelled the land lease. That's a pity. German Reich. There's not much happening up here, is there? Maybe the Germans should send some units up there, and maybe they should try to stop the British as well. Okay. Problem here is, of course, the Western Front. There's not many units on the Western Front. There's lots of Dutch and Belgium units fighting here. And there's a bit of Britain here. It's a bit of a mixed bag, like I said. There's American infantry there as well. So that looks to be liberated France. Free France. Unfulfilled import requests. It's a bit of a mixed bag, like I said earlier. That is... Message from Turkey changed their diplomatic status with us. Okay. Where is the major issue here? It's Vichy France not able to fulfill all their requirements. Can we get some from Italy here, it looks like. Let's reduce this by one. Still short. Let's get some from nationalist China then. Even though I'm not getting the full potential there, it is still far better than it actually had been. Now, have I got any airfields here actually? That's one of the things I hadn't actually checked. I got airfields down there. There's no airfields up here, it looks like. So maybe it's a good thing if at some point I start building some more airfields here. So where do I build an airfield, an airbase? Let's have a look. Airbases. Airbase. 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 Recon Company upgrade. Good. It's 1945. I'm not in 1945 yet, so let's stick to the stuff down here. These all are done for the moment, it looks like. We'll be able to get some discount on some of these thanks to my relationship with Germany. I'm in 1943, I said, so actually I want to basically upgrade my tanks to the next type. Okay. Push that water even further. Let's take one of these. Let's take this one here. Push them forward. Yeah, you can provide me with support equipment, that's always welcome. So luckily putting my armies on that front line has actually had a positive effect. There is a Free France province here, which is a bit of an issue potentially. At least they're not pushing out of there yet, which, if they were, would become an issue at that point. Now that is controlled. Is it controlled by who are these units here? Okay, Turkey once again is sending the units. Okay, that's fine. Getting them short here in terms of what they're able to deliver. So where? Anchukia? Yep. School. Okay. Lots of air bases, which is good. Almost finished that bit there. Let's find that unit. So are they attacking me? Interesting. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Second line here. Assigned to their oil. It says it's controlled by Spain now on, but weirdly enough, if I hover my mouse cursor over, it says Vichy France or France, Free France. Again, unfulfilled import requests. Now, luckily, I'm still with a small surplus in terms of rubber, but okay. More stuff got destroyed. American transports in this instance. Let's have a look. Looks like front lines have been moved already. There we go. Perfect. Strengthen the Cape Garrison artillery. So that's been completed now. So what's the next one I want to go for? I can actually go for this one here. Reduce the time ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, another 70 days. Research on that topic. Let's have a brief look there. I'm not going to do anything now with it, but that is ahead of time, isn't it? No, it's 44. Okay. Vichy France has capitulated. Really? Okay. So the Americans are really in possession of France now, or that's now Free France, I should maybe say. So where the Germans have pushed back the Russians on the Eastern Front, in the meantime the Western Front is suffering. Okay. Well, at least we are able to contain part of our threat here. Moving back towards that front there. In this instance, Canadian units and a British Raj. Fall of Rome. Allied forces recently entered Rome. Really? Oh yeah, they did a landing. A naval landing. Interesting. Most interesting. What's happening here in Northern Africa? So it looks like when there's focus on a particular province, the rest of the globe or the rest of the theater basically gets ignored almost. Okay. Some research, didn't we? Let's pick up a new topic for research. It's 100 days. Enable building of a nuclear reactor. Yeah, let's go for that. Be quite useful. Pass. Control this location in Western Desert. Okay. In terms of imports again. Italy's not able to fulfill their requirements. So let's get it from Sweden. Yep, lovely. Despite that, we're still short. Let's get some from Turkey as well then. That should basically fill up our numbers nicely. We're short of aluminum. Vichy France is not able to deliver because Vichy France doesn't exist anymore. We're getting it from Switzerland. Yeah, we're just continuously rerouting stuff to go from different provinces. Alright, let's have a brief look at actually our... as you can see, we basically got new units here. Got an admiral I can straight away assign to that, and I'm basically going to set it to convoy raiding in that province here. They're relatively newbies at all of this, so yeah, they're gonna have to learn. They're gonna have to learn as things go along. Free France is basically trying to gain some control here in the Middle East. Or Middle East, that's more like the Suez Canal region. In Spain. Spain is still fully in Spanish hands. The Republic of Spain has a claim on Gibraltar, even though there is no more Republic of Spain. This is all the national Spain, isn't it? Yeah. Look at that. The Spanish are basically trying to contain the Americans here, and the British here on the border. Again, they should do quite well at that, because of course this being such a mountainous area, so that suits those who are defending quite well. Americans are fighting heavily in northern Italy as well. Engineer of Romania is moving troops towards Rome. Oh boy. Americans are everywhere. Maybe because they're so engaged in the war up north, I've got less trouble with them down here. This looks like a logical conclusion, but yeah. Okay. Anything else happening here? No, I would say that looks quite nice as it stands at the moment. All units, of course, are moving southwards. Will provide us with some additional equipment, always welcome. Weekly production of Valentine tanks is okay. We've got weekly production of support equipment, of course, of guns. As you can see, that shortfall has dropped quite substantially. I think it was a 10,000 shortfall originally. We're now down to almost 5,000. So that, yeah, we have actually made up for some of that loss. set this to basically do more. So as more factories come online, which should be in another 7 days? No, 4 days. 6 days, sorry. No, it is 8 days actually, sorry, my bad. But yeah, we'll basically see increases in terms of production coming shortly after. Kicking up the game speed a bit. Engaging the Americans here. We are basically going to move into the provinces up there to help out the Germans and such in liberating all of those bits. Manpower is slowly growing once again, so we're regaining some of our strength. And slowly our units trickle into that battle here. Good. So what's happening down here? Are we finally containing them? No, not yet. We're still slowly spreading out. So a Venezuelan unit here who's would hopefully be able to do something, but just far no joy. There's nationalist Spain there. You know, I think that would mine, but yeah, okay. Right, infantry equipment always welcome. Look at an individual unit like this. As you can see, they basically got a really mixed bag of equipment. They got some, yeah, of course, old-fashioned stuff that we had before, then they got some foreign stuff as well. But yeah, okay. As long as it works, that's probably the key thing. Flexible lines, production efficiency cap, production efficiency retention, production efficiency cap, production efficiency growth. Go for the retention, I think. Key reason for that choice was basically the fact that I got a boost from my German allies. Those Canadians back, or British Raj unit I should maybe say. Look at that, the Venezuelans took back that Spanish province. Some luck here in terms of this forward movement as well. Looks like we'll be liberating Africa from the British and the Americans, at least to some extent here. And there was a naval landing by Americans into Spain, which I guess was a good choice on their part. In the meantime, Spain is nicely defending its mountainous borders. There's a little bit of France, I would say, that's being held by the Spanish units here. we need to basically started doing something on the northern section. That would be smart on their part. Right. Recon company reconnaissance and reinforcement rate is also increased. Let's go for it. Look at that. Americans are having lots of luck here in Italy, it looks like, but the Italians have retaken Rome. Hopefully they're finally able to basically pull some defenses in here, at least in their peninsula. Why are they not taking Messina? They should really retake Messina because, yeah, why not? It's just nothing there at the moment in terms of units. Anyways, looking at the clock, it's about time for us to call it a day, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to call it a day. Thanks again for joining me. Hopefully you did enjoy it. In the meantime, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.